Hello and welcome to the MyEcon Income Shifting presentation. My name is John Petterfidel. I am a CEO Infinity with MyEcon. Some excited person wanted you to hear what in the world is going on with this revolutionary concept called income shifting, this revolutionary groundbreaking company called MyEcon. They were so excited. They wanted you to get on here and hear the information. So I will be your host today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and I'm going to get started with this presentation. So actually, about 20 years ago, I got involved in business because I was broke. I was working for a Fortune 500 company. I was there early, working late and all that, right? I arrive early, stay late. I was one of those things you call a good employee, and I still did not have enough money. I had a young daughter at that time, and I really wanted to do more for my family. So I got out and got involved in this industry, but I fell flat on my face when I first got here. I didn't know anything about this business or this industry, but I continued to learn. And as a result of me learning, I was able to fire my boss at 34 years old. I have not gone back and working any more jobs since that time. And today I've trained thousands of people all over the country, from California to New York, from Michigan to Florida, Texas, all over the country. I've trained on finances. So I am one of the foremost minds or mouthpieces in this company, and I can train you on everything I know. Now, I have over 7 figures in cash flow in this business. So I've been able to go out and have a level of success. So let's talk a little bit about this company called MyEcon. Guys, we have gone out and we created record numbers of millionaires last year. We've paid out record numbers of commissions, millions and millions of dollars out to the field. So there is no, you don't have to see if we work. We actually work. There's lots of success stories, tremendous amounts of people all over the country that are using this product, okay? Now, we're the personal financial success company. We're not the coffee company. We're not the juice company. We're not the travel company. All those things are wonderful, but we teach people how to attain personal financial success. Because if you look around, most people are spending tens of thousands of dollars going to school and all that to go and get an education so they can have financial success. They're spending tens of thousands of hours working jobs trying to get to personal financial success. Some marriages are failing because of lack of personal financial success. Some are stealing and killing for personal financial success. So having finances and being able to be successful is very important in most people's lives. And I would say that is the number one product in the world if you have a product that could do that. But let's talk about MyEcon. We started this company in 2005, debt-free, technology driven, and we're based in Atlanta. But here's what's most important. We've been able to put over $450 million in people's pockets over the last several years here, and we're on track to put another $100 million in people's pockets. So you're at the right place at the right time with the right company with the right concept, okay? So let's talk a little bit more about personal financial success. See, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a school teacher, a mechanic, whatever it is you do for a living. You've got two financial objectives. Number one, you need income for today. So what do? You go out, you find a job, you work that job, you trade time for money. So you work a certain amount of hours, you get paid a certain amount of money. Problem with that is you cannot stop working unless you continue to have that money, right? Because if you stop working, you're going to stop getting the cash. So we have to have a second source of income. That's called income producing assets. That's anything that you own that makes you money without you touching it. So that could be stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, private businesses. But you want financial freedom. See, you want not only to be able to have time freedom, but you want financial freedom. So you want to be able to stop working, still have the same lifestyle, and never have to go back to work. That's what everybody wants in this country. But here's the problem. We have a country that's the wealthiest country in the history of the world. There's more money here than anywhere else in the world, but most people here are broke. 49% of the people in this country cannot put their hands on $400 if they have a $400 emergency. 59% of the people in this country can't put their hands on $500 if they have a $500 emergency. And 69% of the people in this country can't put their hands on $1,000 if they have a $1,000 emergency. So why does that happen? Why does this happen in the wealthiest country in the history of the world? Well, there are some obstacles that stop people from getting to personal financial success. Let's talk about them. The first one, high taxes. People make all of their income typically from a W-2. And one of the problems with that is you have taxes that come out of your check before you even spend your money. So you lose about a third of your income to taxes, okay? So somebody's taking 30 cents every time you make a dollar. Well, think about it. If somebody's taking 30 cents every time you make a dollar, does that affect how much you can do for your family? Absolutely. Number two, 7 out of 10 people have negative derogatory information on their credit report, so their credit score is down. So now they're paying 200 or maybe $300 or more for a car. Maybe they're paying $500 or $600 a month more for their home. So it causes them to lose more cash flow because of poor credit. Number three, because you got the high taxes and it's going to be very difficult for you to save money. So now what happens is you start financing those things. You start financing houses, financing cars, and you're going to pay that thing called interest, right? So now when you pay interest, that's about a third of your gross income is going to go to interest, $1,000, maybe $1,500 a month. Most of your house payment, most of your credit card payments, all that's interest, right? So now you got a third going to taxes, a third going to debt, and you have poor credit. It's going to be very difficult. Then you got inadequate savings and investing. Very hard for you to take what's left and live on it and put some money aside for the rainy day. Put some money aside for investments, growing your money, okay? And last but not least, you got limited income. Your job is only going to pay you so much. They're only going to let you work so many hours a day. As a matter of fact, it's only 24 hours in a day. And because of your health, you cannot work 24 hours a day. So you are limited. And inflation. Here's the problem with your income. Cost of living doubles in this country every 20 years. I was reading a statistic. It said that over the last 30 years, these tuitions for college has gone up 213%. That's a lot. And see, people's incomes have not grown 200% and all that over the last 20 years. So they've got some issues, and that causes a problem, okay? So people need more cash flow and better financial strategies. But there's three things to obtaining personal financial success. The first one is business ownership. You have to have business ownership, ladies and gentlemen. See, life and finances is a relay race, okay? You don't want your family starting over from the bottom. If you look at a family like Henry Ford, they started a company over a century ago, but the family is still getting paid today. That only happens through a business. You cannot pass your seniority down to your children. You cannot pass your salary down to your children. That's a problem. But I see a lot of people that have businesses, right? But I would say they have the wrong type of business. The second thing they don't have is they don't have something called leverage and residual income. And leverage income and residual income are two of the most important incomes that you'll ever build, because this allows you to have time freedom and money freedom very quickly, because it allows you to compound and multiply your income. We'll talk about them in detail in a second. Thirdly, you got to be involved in something that's red hot. I'm talking about things like, streaming services and all the things that you see going on now, smartphones. Well, what if I said, hey, let's get involved in the 8-track tape business? What if I say, hey, let's start a Blockbuster Video? You would say, John, what in the world is wrong with you? Those businesses are old. Those are antiquated, right? Well, you've got to be involved in something that's red hot. Well, think about it. One of the most red hot trends today is home-based business, okay? There are home-based businesses starting every 5 minutes. Why? Because people, they need money. The jobs are not paying enough. They're trying to make extra money to make ends meet. They're driving Uber. They're driving Lyft, right? They're doing Uber Eats. They're doing everything, right? So those are all small businesses. Well, let's talk about business ownership real quick. You got to have equity on your labor and long-term value, okay? So you don't build any equity on your job. You don't own your income. You don't own your life. So what we're going to allow you to do is have freedom here at MyEcon. Number two, here's what's most important about having one of the most important things. Having a business allows you the ability to lower your taxes. You're going to be able to turn some lifestyle expenses into tax deductible expenses. Let's talk about a few of them. What about driving your car? We're going to show you through our curriculum how to write off 80, 90% of your miles that you drive your car. That's easily $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in tax deductions for you. And understand about tax deductions. Tax deductions lower your taxes. As a matter of fact, every $10,000 in tax deductions will lower your taxes by about $3,000 in real cash. What about your cell phone? What about your internet access? What about your travel expenses? What about taking care of your children? We show you how to write off up to $12,000 per child. We've got a curriculum that will save people anywhere between $3,000 and $9,000 on your taxes. So when you start looking at that, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. Now let's continue. Let's talk about building leverage and residual income, okay? See, leverage income is when you're making money off not only your efforts, but the efforts of many? What if 100 people were helping you make $100 every month? What if 1,000 people were helping you make $100 every month? You would have tens of thousands of dollars more, okay? Because it multiplies your efforts. If you're the only person making money for you and your house, you are very limited because there's only so much you can do. J. Paul Getty, when he was the wealthiest man in the history of the world, he said that he would rather be paid 1% of 100 people's efforts rather than 100% of his own. Let's continue. Let's talk about earning repeat income on the same clients. See, you've got to be able to get paid over and over again for work you do one time. And when you look at society, everything has gone towards this. Everything has gone to some type of subscription, okay? Look at this. You got Netflix, that's a subscription. Hulu, that's a subscription. Even if you look at your mortgage, that's something you pay as a subscription for 30 years, right? You look at your insurance. You look at some of the software on your computer. You look at your cell phone bill. You look at your light bill, your gas bill. All that's a subscription. They sold you those things once, but you pay for them over and over and over and over and over again. So when you start looking at that, ladies and gentlemen, those are the keys to wealth. If you look around at the biggest, most successful businesses in this country, they have both of these efforts or these activities compounding their income, okay? But let's talk about some other hot trend products and services, okay? Generate fast and massive cash flow because of social, technology, and economic changes, and it creates trends that causes millions of people to purchase certain products, okay? Let's take a look at some of them, okay? Smartphones. Remember when nobody had a smartphone, and then now it blew up, it exploded. That's a hot trend product. It's still hot, okay? Some companies trying to get you to buy a smartphone every year. They call it the program where you can just trade in every year, right? So they're trying to sell you this thing and sell you on this idea. But guess what? You sign up for the thing once, but you pay the bill every single month. There's a clue, okay? What about gym memberships? Exploded. Now, sign up for that thing once. How many times you pay it? Every single month. Explosive, red hot product, okay? We already talked about Hulu and Netflix. Netflix is a $200+ billion company. I just read an article that said Netflix had a record number of profits, $840-something million in profits. And guess what? Something was very interesting. They paid no taxes because they were a business. There's only one way to minimize your taxes. You got to own a business. So let's talk about our red hot trend product number one, our income shifting membership. Tens of thousands of people in the last 90 days have bought this membership, and they've started to save hundreds of dollars and some of them thousands of dollars to this date on their finances and taxes and all that stuff, putting more money in their pocket, more cash flow, okay? So it puts immediate cash flows. Think about this product. It puts immediate cash flow in people's pockets in 10 to 14 days, anywhere between $200 and $1,000 extra dollars on a monthly basis. That's amazing, okay? So this is just one example here. This person went from $213 coming out of their check to $56, and it put an extra $157 in their pockets, and they get paid every single week. So you're looking at about $600 extra dollars on a monthly basis from just step one of the income shifting membership, our first training, okay? But now, number two, most people get what is called credit repair from other places. They spend $400, $500, $600, $700, $1,000 on credit restoration. Well, our membership comes with a credit restoration program called our Smart Money Credit System. And it allows people to remove negative information off their credit. It allows them to build positive credit and maintain their credit so they never have credit problems again. And we've had tremendous amounts of success. This is one example. This young lady, I've been training with her, been working with her for a little while now. She went from 572 on her credit score to now she's at a 760. She's had a record on my team, 188 points increase, and this was in about 4 months, guys. So when you start looking at the success and things that are happening with people with our income shifting membership, it is truly amazing. Here's another example here. This young lady, she went and posted hers on Facebook, $778. I mean, not dollars, but points on her credit score. So she was happy, she was excited, and she wanted to share her success with everyone. This was back in August, okay? So now let's continue with the rest of the membership. Number three, you get a software system. It's an application. You download it on your phone, and you're going to, the more you use it, the more it saves you on taxes. It calculates, categorizes, organizes, does a mileage log, everything, keeps track of all your tax records, and makes you money. The more you use it, the more you save on taxes. Number four, a debt elimination software system. This thing It's got people paying off houses in 3 to 4 years, people paying off cars in 6 to 8 months. People are paying off all their debts in record time with this software. We've got people that are 100% debt-free utilizing that software system. And last but not least, we have a curriculum. We're going to teach you about stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds. We're going to teach you about money, because most people, they went from kindergarten to the 12th grade, never learned anything about money, and that's a problem. We live in a system and a society that's based on money, and guess what? We don't know anything about it. And this allows you to have the opportunity to have your dollars or your money making money for you. I call it dollars having babies. If your dollars are not having babies, you've got an issue. So each one of these boxes here is an area of cash flow that increases for you just by using and buying this membership. And this membership is just $49.95. And remember, immediate cash flow on step one, anywhere between $200 and $1,000, is well worth it. But let's continue with the conversation. Well, you also get a website on the internet that has a storefront that allows you to be in business, and people can buy products and services right off your website, and you can make money. They can buy credit restoration. They can buy identity theft protection. They can buy travel. We're not trying to make you a travel agent. They can buy roadside. They can buy online from Macy's, Sam's Club, Walmart, Best Buy. I mean, think about it. The opportunities are endless, and you've got the ability to be able to make money. No inventory, no shipping, no overhead, no any of the things that cause you problems, right? No employees, no office space, and you've got the ability to be right in your home. They go right to your website, and if somebody buys something, we take care of the customer service, we take care of shipping the product, and you just get paid, okay? But now let's talk about growing that. Let's talk about exploding that, right? Because I remember I said something. If you have a business, you've got to have some key components, leverage and residual. Well, now you can start to build a network of people that can help you with this process. Now, think about whoever you know that would love to increase their cash flow, lower their tax, improve their credit, learn how to become an investor for just $49.95 and put $200 to $1,000 per month in their pocket within 10 to 14 days. See, they're all over the place, right? But sometimes when I get here, people get a little confused. They say, well, is he talking about one of those pyramid things? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Pyramids are illegal. But what I'm talking about is building a network. Think about this. Just look around. Every super successful business you know does not have one location. They've got multiple locations. So you don't see one McDonald's, you see many. You don't see one Walmart, you see many. You don't see one Kroger, you see many. You don't see one Subway, you see many. You don't see one Walgreens, you see many. You don't see one CVS, you see many. You don't see one Macy's, you see many. It doesn't matter what they're selling. They got multiple locations. Well, every time someone buys this income shifting membership, remember, they also get that website, and now products and services can be sold and bought through that website, and now it extends your network and it multiplies your earning potential. Now, you don't have to do this, but you can greatly explode your income just using this. Just watch. You want to get promoted to an EVP, okay? An EVP is somebody who's moved one income shifting membership. Bam, you sign up a person. We help you with the process. They watch a video, whatever the case may be. You make $10, but now you're promoted to an EVP. And take a look at this. Now you just want to go to town. You get a 5% matching bonus on that person forever, but look at this. Every time you enroll somebody from that point on, you make a $50 commission. And it's unlimited. You can get 1, you can get 5, you can get 10, you can get 100. Okay, it's times $50. How many of those can you stand? But it doesn't stop there. If you just start telling them, hey, look, let's go and expand. Let's go and get promoted. So they want to start to get promoted just like you. Every single time they enroll somebody in the system to infinity from the first person they enroll, look what happens. You make a $40 commission. You can get as many of those as you want. You get 5 of them, 10 of them, 100 of them, 1,000 of them, 10,000 of them. Every single one down that straight line is $40. You see, that's called leverage. See, someone else is also helping you make money. You're helping them get promoted, but now they're making money for themselves. They're getting promoted. They're expanding their business, but now you also get paid. Guys, this is one of the most crazy lucrative upfront money processes I've ever seen in this industry. But guess what? This is just one aspect of our program, of our marketing system or our compensation plan. There's more. Well, look. If you had a team that was growing by 25 people a week, you would have up to $1,000 a week in commissions. After about a year, you'd have over 1,200 people on your team, and you'd be making about $10,000 every single month. And think about it. You got the best product on the planet. You got the most amazing product on the planet. It's revolutionary. You got first mover advantage. You got money. It's putting $200 to $1,000 in people's pockets in 10 to 14 days. It's improving their credit. It's getting them debt free. And it's just $49.95. Got a team of 100. Look what happens. $40,000. 100 people a week. That's $40,000 a month after about a year, because you got about 5,000 people on your team. Well, what if you got a team that's growing by 250? Your residual income is at $100,000+ every single month. That's over $1 million a year. See, you can make a tremendous product commission on this deal. There's no other company that's even close. And you're going to get up to 55% commission on your individual sales on your website, plus up to 20% on your team sales. So you're going to get money all over the place. And guess what? We're still not done. You also can qualify as a CEO Infinity. A CEO Infinity will qualify for a pool of revenue from all the sales in the company. So you're not only going to get paid on your organization, your team, your network, you got an ability to participate in a pool of everything the company does. And we split that pool. That could be a 5-figure check and even a 6-figure check. And we pay that quarterly. So when you start looking at the upfront money, it's amazing. When you start looking at the residual money, it's amazing. You start looking at the quarter money, it's amazing, okay? But let's continue to talk about this, and we're done. So these are some examples. I can't make any guarantees about what's going to happen with you. I don't know how hard you're going to work. I don't know what you're going to do, but I will guarantee you this. If you don't get involved with us, we will not send you a check. You will never ever get a check with your name on it. But we cut commission checks every single Friday. And as you can see here, there are great commission checks to be made, okay? This person made $600 in May, and then 1 week later, they made $2,000. 1 week later, $2,500. 1 week later, $8,400. So you can see those are great incomes wherever it is. We've got people that make $600 a week. We've got people that make $500 a week. We got people that make $50 a week. We got people that make $10,000 a week, okay? So it all depends on you. It's whatever you do. There's a check here for $1,000, but there's also a check for $13,000 in one 7-day cycle. The bottom line is this. We've got the most revolutionary product. We've got a great pay system. We pay the fastest. We promote people the fastest. There is no other company doing what we're doing in this industry. So you can sign up today. You're going to get our personalized website, our world-class online business system, and our award-winning income shifting membership, which is going to allow you to have tax withholding training, the smart credit system, the minimizing your tax training using our cash flow app, debt elimination software, our investment education training, and all the valuable tax benefits that we've talked about. And this would retail for $199. And if you go out here, you can find old videos where people got the old price for $199. But guess what? $49.95. It is 75% off today. And then just to maintain this system, $1.17 a day to maintain it. You can't beat that. It's lowering your taxes. It's improving your credit. It's getting you out of debt with some of the government's money and teaching you how to become a successful investor, growing at great, astonishing rates of return, 8%, 12%, even maybe higher than that. So I want you to get back with the person that got you involved. Let them know that you are ready to become an income shifter. Let them know you're ready to get started. You are ready to change your life. I'm John. I look forward to working with you and seeing all of you all across the country here, and we'll talk soon. Good night.